right, we've waited long enough. For those that don't know, we have done the candy rankings. I did this even before we started Hot Mic. I did this each for at least a couple years on the news before I started doing this show. And it is morphed now into a highly controversial segment. I posted last year's rankings last night on my Twitter feed. That automatically got people stoked for this. I will tell you, my taste buds have evolved a little here. There are, let me make sure I got this correct before we get going. Let's see. We have 1, 2. There are 3 new candies on the list for 2024. So we didn't just copy and paste. We changed some stuff. So with that said, let us reveal the 2024 candy rankings. Coming in at number 10 is Butterfinger. Butterfingers it's a staple for me. They've been on this list every year. They have dropped down, I will tell you, because as an older age, they get stuck in the back of your teeth. I mean, you need like 3 glasses of milk to get rid of them. They're still dynamite because it's Butterfingers, but I don't have them as much as I used to. Number 9, and there's no convincing me otherwise, the dark chocolate Milky Way is staying on this list. The Midnight Milky Way is what it's officially named. It's a staple. It's not going anywhere. I don't care if people don't. I do. My list. Number 8, newcomer to the list are the Twizzlers. Now, we have them upstairs in our office, I want to say a few months ago, during the summer. And it reignited, like, man, I used to have these all the time before I played baseball. Like, yep, got to do that again. So Twizzlers, just the originals. I know they've got like 8 different varieties now of Twizzlers. Certainly not the black licorice ones. There's none of that. Just the original. That's what I'm talking about. Because there's all sorts of different ones now. That's on the list. Starburst is a hard 7, and again, that's the original ones. There's nothing beats an orange Starburst. If you get an orange Starburst in your candy, dynamite. You're all set. You're good to go. Number 6, this is another one. I like dark chocolate. I know that's not a fan of many. The Midnight Milky Way and the Hershey Special Darks are dynamite. I defy you to do that. Yeah, Kyle Strecker's on board with me. Dark chocolate is the superior chocolate. It's probably the best way to say it. I defy you to have that and say, boy, that's not good. Have it with some milk. It's dynamite. Go do it tonight. You won't regret it. Here's another newcomer to the list. Maddie Reinhardt, who works for us upstairs as well at our show. She got this, I want to say last March, she got a thing of Jolly Ranchers. And I will seek out, I ate all of the watermelons on her. And then I specifically my wife bought me watermelon Jolly Ranchers for my birthday. They're in my office as we currently speak right now. That is a fast riser. That's like South Dakota moving up the FCS rankings. That's like UC Davis charging up. I had a hard time keeping them out of the top 3. I'm going to tell you that right now. I even asked my dentist about, I've been having Jolly Ranchers quite a bit. How's that? They're not great, but they're not as bad as some. I'm like, that's all I needed to hear. I'm all set. So watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Not this apple. No, those are gross. The grape ones, get out of here. Watermelon Jolly Ranchers, a solid 5. The top 4 are unassailable in my mind. You could move these in any sort of direction if you so choose. Like the top 4 in the FCS playoff rankings. You can move them around, but these are the 4. I put peanut butter M&Ms at number 4 because that's the best. Not peanut. I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback on peanut M&Ms. Peanut M&Ms are a solid 3 for me. It would be peanut butter. It would be the original, then peanut. And that's just how I stand. Peanut butter or dynamite. Number 3 is the Crunch Bar. Now, Longtime viewers and listeners of our show will know that a couple years ago we mislabeled them as the Nestle Crunch Bar. They actually reached out to us and said, hey, we're not Nestle anymore. But again, I would buy a bag of those now in the small one and just go to town. No wonder I couldn't weigh like 300 pounds, but the Crunch Bar is a solid number 3. 1 and 2 are, I can't imagine we have any debate here. Kit Kat is a solid 2. It could be 1, depending on my mood. That tonight, I believe we're giving those out. So if you are in the Izzo neighborhood, congrats to you. You're going to get either number 1 or number 2. That's our candy giveaways today. Although they have some sort of white chocolate Hershey bar. White chocolate is gross. I'm going to tell you that right now. And number one with a bullet is peanut butter cups. That there's no dethroning the champ. If you want to freeze them, that's fine. I'm not a huge fan of that. But think of it, where are they not good? If you have them in a blizzard, if you have them in a concrete mixer, if you go to Culver's, they're never not good. And now, if you get the pumpkin ones tonight, folks, I'm telling you, that's the number one you want by far. So there they are. That's the candy lineup for 2024. I've already got about 4 or 5 emails. We'll read them later in the show. We got a bunch more to get to today. But that's it. Feel free, email me, tweet at me. We're going to post it on social media. I'm sure we'll get some responses to that. But that is the candy lineup for 2024. We'll break. We come back. Matt Larson will join us. We'll ask him some candy questions and about the other rankings that came out. I guess that's important as well, about the FCS playoffs when Hot Mike returns on this Halloween. We're back after this.